Okay, we are back, I think. Let's see what Twitch is saying. Well, it still says the wrong game. Once you start the wrong game, it keeps the wrong game. So, alright, Twitch is ready. What a nightmare. When, of course, you have a different stream on YouTube. So, okay, it's gonna take a bit of setup again. I'm so sorry. I guess you can tell I'm not doing this very often. So we can delete forever whatever that was 10 minutes ago, a few minutes ago. And let's just get YouTube ready as well. Seems good. Yeah. Twitch, everything is ready now. So the problem really was with Wayland. You know, I was using Wayland, and last time I was using X11, so KDE Plasma, if anybody is wondering. But now, in the X11 version, OBS is working like I expect it to, or like I'm used to. And with a bit of delay, we can now get into Kerbal Space Program finally, and hopefully put something on the moons that we have in the Kerbal system. Yeah, what you hear here is my chair. It's a very comfortable chair, but it is noisy as heck. And anytime I move, it makes these lovely noises. Anyway, I think we can go to here. The window capture can go to Kerbal Space Program. Yes. And on the top you see a little explainer on how these things might work. Maybe I choose a different font, because I don't like it so much, like not the greatest fan. Yeah, it seems good, but before you can actually input something, we need the script to be running, of course. So let me get to that as well. A lot of technical setup for something that no one will watch, but it is fine. It's an exercise for something, I'm sure. It helps you reflect. It's like a certain type of person's diary to reflect by just yelling into the void while gaming. Maybe to feel less lonely, who knows. Where was I? Yeah, we wanna start that funny script of mine. That is running, I think. So let me see again, just a quick test that everything is working as I think it should. So if I send a command, yep, I get that works. I don't see it in the chat. The chat needs to be on top as well. Everything needs to be on top. Now we're talking. Very nice chair, thanks. Okay, but this chat is kind of in the way. Doesn't move. Chat. Interact. Interesting. Yeah, I'm learning about streaming and a lot of other stuff. So I guess here we can put like RGBA. Is that slightly more transparent? Can we get it more? Is that on a scale to 255? Okay. It doesn't really seem like it's any more transparent than before. That's alright. That's alright. We got time, I think. Customize the chat. Yeah, hide message, and then message, change the opacity. Oh, we got themes as well. That is pretty cool. Okay, sorry, I'm getting lost into I'm getting lost in configuration land. So let's just update that. All right. So does it look any different? Or did I customize the wrong chat? Because okay. Interesting stuff going on here. So I tried to customize the chat. It seems to be customized. It doesn't look to be customized. Here it says, here it looks different now. Okay. So let's take that one. Yeah, okay. I think now we're getting somewhere. Now I can write here and I get some nice messages that are not too intrusive. Okay, sorry, that was a lot of technical setup. Let's get started. And let's resume our career mode save. And like I said, I don't really know what we did last time or what the plan was going on from last time. We will just have to see. Okay, one thing I'm noticing is, one little thing is that actually the screen is larger than my monitor. So let's That's some cool stuff. You'll love to see it. Okay, why is it why is it too big? Does it matter if it's too big? Interesting. Okay, seems like we're not done with the technical setup. Hooray! I mean, it would be fine if the UI was a bit more in the center, because I wouldn't mind if I was just missing a bit. Apply. No, it doesn't move it more to the center. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. It's a bit problematic. I mean, how does that look? How does it even look? Okay, that's unusable. Unusable. Maybe the main menu can save us. Maybe we can go back to the main menu. And from there, adjust the settings. Really, I swear, every time you do an update in Linux, it breaks something. Which makes everything always exciting, but or at least like on the distro I'm using right now, it always breaks something. Which is why I'm trying to get into NixOS, you know, just to have something which just works once you put in some work, because I'm tired of putting in continuous work into just my work / live or like private PC, you know, it just should work without me having to constantly tune it, you know. But okay, I'm getting a bit off topic here. We need maybe full screen, accept, apply. That looks better. Accept. Yes, now we see everything. And now we can get started for real. Only a small delay of 20 minutes. No problems here. Still more punctual than my local train company. So, let's catch up to what's going on in our solar system, in our Kerbal system. So I think we have some missions going on here. We got something on Minmus. Wait, a bit of lag, no problem. We got some satellites on and around the Mun, and we got one rover here on Minmus, which we already drove over these ice plains up a hill to get some science. Which is kind of, I guess, what I also wanted to do. I wanted to unlock more scientific instruments. That would be pretty cool. But I think we spend a lot of our science on things like advanced landing. So I think I was planning to do manned missions to the moons. And I started to unlock in the direction of these. So we need 300 science to get some more scientific instruments, more armament technology, scanning technology, a lot of cool stuff, which I would like to do. Let's see if there's some missions that align with our goals, and if not, I will just do a manned landing on Minmus anyway, I guess that's the plan. Because honestly, I still don't know how orbital stations work. Or I'm starting to figure out the bits and pieces and how they fit together. But I'm still a bit intimidated by the requirement that the station must be fully assembled when launched. But okay, I guess the station is just a rocket with seats, some antennas and stuff. Well, I guess it's not that hard actually, but I don't think we need the money right now. I think we'll find our money. Surface outpost on Eve, that's pretty cool, but I want to focus on the moons for now. Repair a satellite. So I guess that is something where we need to rendezvous with something and perform some EVA maneuvers. That's pretty challenging for me, but still I'm not interested in that. Here it says explore the moon. Yeah. Okay, that requires some docking. So we could have a lander that separates from... It's difficult. For now, I think I'm gonna focus on Minmus. Yes, let's focus on Minmus. So what is the rocket that we had last time? This... I mean, it worked. I think it had plenty of fuel to get us back, actually. So what's the delta V on that? .5 kilometers per second. Yeah, let's get up my old trusty delta V map to see where we going, how much we need. So from Kerbin to Minmus, it is 4.6 thousand. So with what we get on that rocket, that is plenty of fuel to spare, I think. It's just gonna be a pain to change the Probodobodyne with a manned module. Or is it? So let's add the something like that. Yeah, we can do that. And I guess we don't need much. When the heat shield, the heat shield, the decoupler, and then the rest of the rocket. And we lost a lot of delta V. Should still be plenty, depending on how I fly this thing. By the way, do I have some better aerodynamics now, or still these nose cones are so small? Okay, seems like I cannot do better than that. That's all fine. That's fine. Like, okay, what happens if we put another one of these big Rockomax fuel tanks? How does that affect? How does that affect our delta V? Theoretically speaking. It's too heavy for the launch pad. Alright. And the smaller one here? What about it? It's too heavy for the launch pad. I understand. We are very close to the limit, but okay, I still... And actually, wait, that's not how that works, because that is just a normal rocket. How are we people gonna land here? That's not... that is not how that is gonna work. Anyway, okay, I think we need a bigger launch pad before we can do anything significant here. Or maybe I'm overthinking because I don't know anything. That could also be the case. So we can upgrade the launch pad to unlimited. Yeah, sure. Wasn't so expensive. All right. The problem is, again, I have no idea. No idea. Okay, let's look at the map one more time. It says to go back from Minmus we need like 1,200 meters per second delta V. So, okay, let's start again from the beginning. And put the survivability first. So in the end, the only thing that's coming down is the command pod that will have all the data, I think. Utility, right? Utility. Okay, where are the chutes? We put that chute and then we put these. Maybe that. Does that look good? Not really. Not really, no. I can rotate them as well. So why not something like this? Looks bad, but okay, now the door is free. The Kerbals can get out if they want to. Communications, I don't think is necessary. Electrical will be necessary in a later stage. For utility, or just so it's nice to access, I'm gonna put the thermometer here on the top. The thermometer and the barometer. I think these should be pretty nice to access, but okay. What's going on here? Can you like snap nicely? Thanks. Okay. And I think that's a good start for the first stage. Just remember the decoupling, and I guess we're good to go from here. So we're sending someone to get mint cheese, because clearly Minmas is made out of minty cheese. That's what the color suggests. Let's have a quick test run to see if the Kerbals actually can get out and if it can actually get to the science instruments without any troubles. That's like the two things it needs to do, and I'm just gonna trust that these parachutes are enough. I think they are. So EVA. Yeah, we can easily access everything here, and apparently we're missing surface sample. 0.6 science. EVA report 0 science. Well. And yeah, let's recover. Just scraping together the science. Okay, that was a very successful test run. It wasn't very impressive per se, but we got valuable data. Okay, I'm gonna drink for a moment. And I guess this is just gonna be a very relaxed rocket design stream. Maybe we can get to fly it in the end, but mostly I guess I need to think about everything. So, fuel tank. We have a cryogenic fuel tank. They look pretty cool, but they have liquid hydrogen and oxygen, and this one liquid fuel and oxygen. But I can just change fuel types, so it doesn't matter so much. So like one of these fuel tanks, so that's the final stage. It should be able to land, and actually I guess it should also have some RCS fuel. I mean, why are the monopropellant tanks like this? I'm just saying monopropellant would be good to stabilize during landing, because right now I never managed to have a stable landing. I always just tipped over, which was fine because I didn't want to return, but in this case it's pretty important that I somehow figure out the landing. And I think my successful landing chances would be way higher with some RCS control. But it seems like, okay, how much, what are the choices that I have? Yeah, okay. All right, and let's put as well 2 here. Okay, then what is the engine? Surely not one of these big ones. The torch is very small. I don't trust it. So like the Terrier, right? Terrier. Oh, who was more efficient? So we get 2-9 with the Terrier, 3-1 with the Pug, and I guess let's take the Pug, right? The Pug also has, there's a lot of things to consider here. Does it do thrust vectoring? It doesn't look like it does. Interesting, the Terrier has some has vectoring range. The Pug doesn't. Okay. We are learning. So theoretically that is enough. That is enough to land and get back, depending on where exactly we are in orbit and depending on the piloting skills. Well, not quite. We still need a few more things. We need power. I would like some power on here. Maybe something like that. It barely influenced the delta V. It's pretty good. We need ladders. These are so important to actually get down. Okay, now these are in the way. No problem. Okay, let's just put these things like that. And we need more ladder. when we need the landing legs. So what are these? These look like pretty cool. How exactly are they? Oh, they can leveling mode. Manual. Oh, we can level? Okay, that seems pretty, like some pretty significant upgrade to just a normal. And now the question is, which one should you take and why? And that stairway, it also looks like some pretty cool stuff. Underside landing leg. Interesting. Okay, so these look like they might help a lot with landing on uneven terrain. So what? So that seems good. It seems good. It's just a matter of size, I guess. They weigh the same, they cost the same. That one is a bit larger. Yeah, let's take it. Why not? When we still need a little bit more ladders. Something like that. I think. Okay, let's save how far we've come. I just want to try out the leveling because I'm not sure if it works like I think it works. Like if it automatically levels to the ground, or let's see if we can maybe float it a bit without killing anybody. Let's see if we even have enough thrust to launch. Oh, is it getting hot from the rocket? Also everything is a bit silent. Yeah, maybe like that. Ah yeah, auto level. Deploy, retract, deploy. Auto level. Yeah, just waiting to see if we can even lift off, but okay, that's gonna take a while. So it seems like I can just click auto level and then it does something. That seems good enough for me. So let's revert to vehicle assembly. Oh yeah, okay, interesting. And I think that might be a good lander, except that we're missing the RCS engine. Do we need SAS on this? Like a reaction wheel as well? might be a good idea, right? Might be, but it adds a lot of weight. Well, just gonna put some RCS thrusters here. That should be fine. I don't think we need that much fast rotational movement. I think this should be fine. I guess you should also take a science bay for material science for when we landed, and also the mystery. Ooh. I guess it might be. It might be some things we want to have. The mystery goo can go on here. Oh, it's so expensive in terms of mass. And then Science Junior, alright. That's really the last thing we're adding here. Now we need more ladders. Yeah, so it got a bit more expensive than I hoped it would be. Hopefully not too bad. Yeah, another thing, because I think I'm pretty happy with that final stage. Let's just see if the ladders work, or what exactly might be the problem, if we have a problem. Material study, we didn't do one. 7.5 science, yeah, let's keep it. Mystery goo, yeah. Can we get down safely? Yep. Seems pretty good when that is a final jump, but should be fine. Alright. We just go up, up, up. Onto the board. Recover vessel. Another successful test. And I guess now it's just a matter of building the rest of the rocket. We got 90 science. Can we get something cool? Storage? Or advanced construction? More cones, decouplers. Seems like generally useful stuff. Yeah, let's take it. Already paying off these little missions. Now we can continue with the next stage, which should get us from, I guess, Kerbin to Minmus. So for the transfer burns, mostly. Coupling. Coupling. And I guess we're just doing again some long tanks. And why not another Terrier? Honestly, why not? It's a bit a slow burner, it gives us a lot of delta V compared to the $20.75, 1804. Yeah, that is less. Does it have more thrust? We got a thrust of 60 kilonewtons and the torch is less. So no, I don't see the use case of the torch right now. That's fine. That is fine. And the spark, that is so little. Okay, no, I think then with the Terrier we quite well on the way. It takes 7 minutes to burn. That is a bit a problem. Well, let's look at the swivel. That is a lot stronger, but it is a lot less efficient. $20.75, but it's just 200 meters per second, and with that, more efficient maneuver is fine, is also quite nice, right? But maybe this already burns a bit in the atmosphere. We never know. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna take that for now, and then we need one heavy lifting stage to get us from curving ground into something close, at least through the atmosphere, something close to a orbit. But I'm going with a triple booster kind of design with some big strong engines, which is gonna make everything a bit expensive, but at that point I don't care. We did a lot of missions, so we can afford some ridiculous launches like these. Okay, are these right? 1, 2, 3, and then we attach some big powerful engines. Vectoring. That one also has vectoring. Which one do you take? We need something that is fine, that works fine in atmosphere. 64 kilonewtons. Okay, the skipper I think is gonna be the our engine that has a lot of thrust. Yeah, now let's just do some stability, some aerodynamics. Look at these, they're getting bigger. Okay, that is small. Protective, that fits. What about it? It is miniature. Yes, we got some new intakes as well. That's very nice. Yeah, some wings for an illusion of control. And finally, some struts. So what are we struts? Way a bit. Bed is fine. Oh, they also have different variants. What? Yeah, I love the white ones. Yeah, let's do some styling where we can. Where are... hello, Captain Kirby. Good evening. I'm preparing a mission to Minmus. I hope. Oh, okay, it looks like bricks. No. Good night. Yeah, I mean, it's getting a bit late. Especially for a weekday. But yeah, thanks for checking in. Duna, well, actually, I'm not really very well educated on interplanetary travel systems yet. I know you need to look at like the transfer windows and stuff. It's getting a bit more complicated when just going to the local moons. So yeah, I can see that it's more difficult. But I'm hoping to also start going to the other planets soon. Once I'm done with Minmus and the moon a bit more. Well, that's fine. You don't have to stick around for me, but yeah, I appreciate it. Because mainly I'm just testing ideas. I want to go to Minmus, then come back. And there are a lot of parts in here that I don't really know what they do exactly. So it's probably gonna be a lot of failures. Yeah, exactly. Just some relaxing. Let's just see what we get. I got a pilot on here. Should I change for a scientist? Yeah, let's put a scientist in. The launch is that's also another thing I never really tried out or even looked at. Do I have it unlocked already? Launch escape, something like that. So what does that do? Language is English. Language here is English. Okay, let's put our scientist in. Let's try again. All right. All right, no SAS with the scientists. Well, we don't need that kind of technology here. And the staging? I didn't even look at the staging. Seems fine. I see. That's pretty good. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, let's go. Okay, slight miscalculation. We're not lifting. No problem. And it's very loud. Okay, come on. Maybe with one less. With one tank less. So I don't really seem to understand because it's the thrust to weight ratio maximum. No, thrust to weight ratio and maximum. So it's larger than 1. So I really expect it to launch, right? But yeah, I'm not understanding. Or is it calculating at vacuum? Maybe that's it. Okay, maybe for that I need to check at atmospheric pressure. Okay, one less. But now we're lacking. Okay, no idea. Off we go, and it is very loud. It, at least for me, it is. It is incredibly loud, like it's a real rocket launch. Okay. Okay, we are already leaning. Great start. I'm a bit lost. What do you mean with the science base? Did we talk about? Ah, I see. Ah. Some new mechanisms I wasn't aware of. I see. Oh, okay, yep. Okay, that is not working out so well. Maybe... Yeah, I need some SAS module. It can use science that hasn't worked. That is... Yeah, that is kind of... That doesn't seem very balanced, but... I'll investigate later. It seems a bit crazy. Okay, I have very poor control here. Yeah, so thanks for dropping that hint. Yeah. Not too bad. Oh. Can you please stop rotating? Thanks. Okay, that orbit is that orbit is kind of a mess. Y. What does Y do? Okay, I hope this might still be... Okay, I actually don't know what kind of keys are actually available for you. I hope nothing too crazy. Okay. Okay, let's just get into orbit. That is very lopsided. Okay, wait. Wait. We got technology. We can... Well, I don't know. For me, full power is on Z. Z? Yep. Maybe something with the German layout versus international keyboard layout or something. Yeah, anyway, so let's warp there and do a burn to get into orbit. Okay, that is a terrible start. But in any case, then it's just a test run. If it's too bad, we can just say it was a test run. Okay, I really hate that I don't have SAS. Okay. Okay, we are in orbit. Let's do a quick save. Save. Now we can start plotting to go to min-miss. Is it the right direction? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't consider that I don't have SAS and that it's just gonna keep rotating. There's no way. Does RCS stabilize it automatically? Yes, I know about MacChap. But I wanna fly manually for now. So, the AI doesn't take my job. I mean, it can do it a lot better than me, of course, but I'm refusing to give up that part of my job. Okay. We are ready to get the orbital inclination right. This stream is lagging. Why? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why. On my end, everything looks good, I think. Oh, I'm almost losing the maneuver. Yeah, I guess for auto maneuvers it's nice. It's giving me always a bit of anxiety to watch the timer and try to get it right. Trying to get it right. Yeah, okay, so good. Whoa. Whoa, what is that emoji? I've never seen that. I've never seen that before. Incredible. Incredible stuff that you conjure up here. So in principle, I have something similar to MacJab. I have this KRPC, which allows me to connect with any kind of programming language directly into Kerbal Space Program, so I can just write a proper like launch routine in an actual programming language to do the launch for me. That sounds like something fun, maybe for the future. But right now I'm not using any kind of these automations. Alright, so we don't have the best conditions to try and attempt this, but you cannot break the human spirit so easily. Okay, that's already pretty close. Yeah, the problem with an orbit that is so badly circularized is that, okay, maybe I should just circularize it, because that is not gonna work out. Or like if it's a circle, it's a lot easier to plan for the future. Yeah, I always press T to start the SAS and then the little message pops up, because I'm so used to just having SAS. So maybe that's a bit of a design flaw. So I have even less support than usual. That's fine. Okay. Let's get into a circular orbit first, and then we can start the transfer burn, or we can figure out where exactly the transfer burn should be. I think that will make everything a lot easier. And okay, now we got nice circular orbit. Let's try again. Let's try again to find some transfer. That's very close. Something like this. Yes. And I pressed SAS again. I'm sorry. Okay, we can get into position. It's a 500 meter per second burn. But actually, despite the bad start, everything is going according to my initial plan. Well, there's no guarantee that my plan is good, but I'm slightly optimistic. Oh god, I hate it, I hate it. I'm really not burning prograde here. Okay, can we use RCS for some stabilization, please? Okay. RCS off. Don't fly into the moon. No, no. Okay, and we got some min-mass encounter. Save game. Save. Right. Min-mass. Where are you? Where is min-mass in relation to the sun? Again, we are in the shade. We are probably not gonna see much of it. Ah, here. Hello. So how much time do we have? 3 hours. Plenty of time. Yeah, let's warp until we reach the sphere of influence. Get retrograde and start, and then the real interesting part is gonna start, because we need to try to land in an efficient manner. Can I use RCS? Or is it gonna be a bad decision for later? Ooh, that didn't really help. Okay, let's not do that again. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, pretty good. Let's warp a bit to the periapsis. And just get into a orbit first. Yeah, it's going quite well so far. We're a bit inclined with respect to the surface, but well, I think it might be possible to actually land on some of these ice plains soon. Save. Again, we're making good progress here. I think there's some larger ice plains coming up. What was the topology here? Yeah, that's a larger ice plain. I think that might be a quite nice spot to land on. So, but what I've heard is that most efficient way to land is suicide burn. So, not trying to get into more. But surely we can lower the orbit. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna warp to the next periapsis. Just gonna rotate again to retrograde. Okay, that rocket is still very slow to maneuver. I should have put the reaction wheel. I should have put some SAS support. I didn't know I was gonna miss it so much. But, well, now I've learned a bit more. Yep. Let's just shrink the orbit down a bit. 40 kilometers seems good. Let's get again to the periapsis and do the final shrinking burn. And then I guess the next stage is to just wait until we're over this large ice plain and in the sun, so we see something, and then we just land and see what we get, right? Landing is gonna be precarious, but that's what the quick save feature is for. We can practice landing once more. Never say no to an opportunity to practice, right? Okay, now we just... I guess we can try to land in that plane here. I kind of forgot that we wanted to go here. No. There. Then maybe here is... Maybe here is the way to land. Let's try. Seems like, I mean, that is still a vast ocean or puddle. A vast plain to land on. So it should be fine. We just need to target our approach right. And also that stage is also running out at a very convenient moment. Again, I'm very surprised how well this did go to my plan so far. Okay, let's burn until we land in there. I don't know how fast Minmus is gonna be rotating. It's just aim for like that circle here. Coming in. We're in the circle. All right. Let's see. Let's see if it will actually work. Yeah, Minmus is rotating faster than I thought. So we could do some mystery goo here. Oh, I don't have control. Wait. This is going very fast in the wrong directions. And now we just did a flip. That was not my intention. Just wasting a bit of time. Yeah, this landing attempt might not work out. Okay, I got it under control again. All I wanted to do was getting rid of some vertical velocity to, you know, nicely float toward the ice plane. It is not gonna be very fuel efficient, but we still have a bit of fuel that needs to go anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to burn basically to azimuth. Azimuth? How do you pronounce it? Well, to the sky. Straight up. Normal to our trajectory. To extend where we land. And I think now I'm finally getting rid of the final stage. Or should I invest in some... I mean, it's 26 meters per second. We might as well use it, right? Just putting it in retrograde. And we will see where we land. Okay, that is gone. Decouple. The Kraken. Can we get like... Okay, so something in the construction is wrong. Damn. I really thought that was gonna work, but... But we are not happy with that. That is not... That doesn't look good. So what's going on? Can we... Good night. Good night, Captain Kirby. Well, I guess you saw the highlight of the stream. Jesus, okay, that was some construction error that ruined the entire mission. I mean, I will still try to land, I guess, but that is something I need to fix in the vehicle assembly building. So yeah, good night. I mean, nothing is really lost yet. We might as well just try. We can also take these measurements. I forgot we can just take them. Because we got a scientist, we can reset them. That's the entire trouble. That's why we went through the entire trouble to get a scientist here. Okay, I mean, we landed. We landed. Not too bad. Can we, by any chance, rotate to make it so that our Kerbal can get out? Yes. I'm just gonna save as landing. Maybe. So that seems pretty good. Let's do temperature. Pressure. Mystery goo. EVA. We need the EVA report, of course. We need a surface sample. Let's collect the experiments. Collect the data, remove data, restore the experiment. The same with the mystery goo. Collect data, restore, collect data, restore. Yeah, and the science and pressure. Take data, put it on board. So now we got all the data on board. We can do EVA, we can let it go. I mean, we got that surface sample, but we can plant a flag. All right. It seems pretty far from another type of surface. I'm not sure if I want to walk there. Well, seems too far. No, I'm not feeling like it. I guess let's get back to the problems at hand, which is that we need to we now need to come back. I guess we can use RCS to like rotate us, then get a flying start. The question is where we need to get into some kind of orbit, and from where we can just try to aerobrake. We can do another material science while I guess landed at the Great Flats. Yeah, let's keep it. Okay, one more EVA thing quickly. Let's collect the data and restore the experiment. So, I mean, if this works, we will have a lot of science going forward. So yeah, let's just try. Wrong direction. Crew report while landed. Recovered. You still have your crew report. Oh wait, take the data. Get onto board. And now we can have another crew report, right? For 25 science. And I think, yeah. Now we got every science we can do here. Now we can start. Wrong direction. We want to tilt up. Is it possible? Yes. Nope. Okay, that was bad. That didn't work like I wanted it to. And now he's stranded. No, let's not do that. Quick save 47, I think. It should be possible, right? It should be possible. And I have a feeling I might be doing that a lot more, so let's do again the crew report. And that warrants, I think, another quick save. Now, let's see what we can do here. Oh, really, without SAS, that is so hard. Why? Stop. Without SAS, it's pretty hard. Okay. Maybe if we just slide along, maybe that'll work. Let's see. Yeah, that's a no. So it really seems like flipping over with the tail might be the best approach. Let's see. Without the RCS? Or the RCS, wait, don't we have like docking mode controls? J, K. Ooh. Alright, yes. So I think there is some way to do it, right? Or am I crazy? But it seems like there should be a way to get off here, even though we have suboptimal starting position. I mean, look at this. Oh, it was almost a good start. Okay, okay. We need to get rotating, bounce, stop the rotation, and then start the main engine, I think. Maybe that's the way to go. So let's do that. Let's do this. Get some air. Yes. All right, and let's just get into any kind of orbit. Seems pretty good. 4 minutes until apoapsis, and from there, I guess a little burn. We cannot maneuver, even plan maneuvers. That's okay. Yeah, I just want to get into some kind of orbit. Okay, it's pretty high orbit. Yeah, let's just do a quick warp there, but we're rotating a lot. Yes. So let's see what we get here. EVA report. Sure. EVA report. And get on board. That did some kind of weird rotations. Temperature. Sure. I guess there's no better way to do. Might as well take these for a bit of science. Okay, can we get a orbit? Okay, we got somehow we got back into an orbit, and now all we want to do is unset the target. I guess we don't need the highlight here anymore. Min-miss, unset target. We just want to get back. So what is the most fuel efficient way to... We cannot add maneuvers, but I guess we soon will have connection again. Do we have? Will we have? No. Okay, we don't have connection, so we cannot actually add maneuvers. Well, no problem. We roughly know what we want to do. I think. Yeah, if you go prograde here, I think that is the best shot we have. And might even add in some orbital rotation, and maybe I should use like this as a reference. So here we need to watch out because I don't have so much electricity. So I think prograde burn here makes sense, but at the same time a bit like so, a bit to the normal direction, you know, something like that. That is my assumption. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, I mean, let's try. Goodbye, Minmas. Now we're gonna try to get back to Kerbin. Are we in range? Still not. Okay. Well, no problem. Just gotta burn more retrograde. 2000 meters per second. That should be enough, right? Should be. Please. We get a moon encounter that helps us, right? 10 kilometers over the moon. Seems pretty risky. Or no encounter even. Well, that's also okay. Yeah, the game doesn't seem to be so sure, actually. Yes, seems like, yes, there's gonna be a moon encounter. Where's the moon? Where we're gonna have a very close flyby. Whoa. Sure. EVA, take the data. EVA report, board. Why is it rotating? Anyway, crew report. Keep experiment. Mystery goo. Keep experiment. Material study. Keep experiment. Alright. seems like we're hopefully gonna be fine. I don't know why does it start rotating when with a Kerbal? Yeah, once we're back in a stable orbit, I'm gonna just get the science back into the command pod, and then I think we have plenty to do aero braking, Kerbin. So we're still, yeah, okay, that is very crazy. We are really so close to the surface. What a view. Wow. Well, it's a bit of a gravity break. Is there like some science on how effective a gravity break is in relation to how close you are to the center of gravity of a body? There's another EVA report for us. Collect the data, remove data, restore. Good, get on board. Jesus. Please stop rotating. Okay, we're going back. Okay, I think we will survive this. Yes, very nice. So we also need to get this is giving me anxiety, really. Okay. Stop, please stop rotating so much. Okay, I think we have all the important data in here, just from take data. Okay, now we got all the important data. There's another chance for us to do an EVA report over the lowlands. Sure. So that is quite some unexpected science, but I take it. What an adventure this is. Wait, there's gonna be another... It's gonna be another moon encounter. Are we gonna become a satellite of the moon somehow? Yeah, what is gonna happen here? It's gonna be another moon encounter that gets us even closer. We're so fuel efficient with this. Sure. When is it gonna happen now? Another gravity break. Okay, the moon is very helpful. Thank you very much. Alright, now we're quite a bit closer. Let's see how much... Yeah, we have plenty of delta V to land. So let's reduce the periapsis to 200,000. Why not? Okay, I'm feeling good about this. This will work. This will work. Now it's just a matter of not rushing anything, taking your time, just doing the practice, just doing the protocol, just taking your time, the last few steps. We're gonna be landing safe and soundly. 70,000 periapsis. That is absolutely fine. Temperature scan. Pressure scan. Sure. Let's take it. Take data. Take data. Board. It really loves to rotate once you are in EVA. Yeah. So basically, the periapsis are also gonna burn 700 meters per second. Easy. We have so much delta V still left. No problems here. So we can just warp there, just do the final burn. Actually, no need to aero brake. We have where's the man? Hello. You know, I just want to land on the bright side of Kerbin for once, so I'm gonna adjust the orbit, but I'm not gonna do the final burn, I think. I'm also gonna wait until maybe we're past the periapsis. Yep. Just gonna burn retrograde here. That is absolutely fine. That's gonna be the final burn for this mission. There's another EVA report for us. Board. All right. Yeah, let's continue with the burn here. There's another EVA report, but I'm not interested. Apoapsis 345,000. No. Oh. Alright, re-entry soon. It is splendid. I was just stopping because there's another EVA report pop up. Yes, for example here, EVA report and board. Thanks. Another EVA report. Sure. For the Highlands. So much science. We get so much science done here. Okay. Please stop rotating. Please. Okay, and there's gonna be a re-entry soon. Let's just get there. Here we have the re-entry. Coming in hot. Okay, I guess we can just lose a bit more velocity. Yep. Bye. And we activated the chutes, so now we're just gonna do the re-entry. Should be no problem, I think. Yep. Ooh, it's going fast. It exploded. Shoots deploying. Yeah, no problem here. We just need to land now. And then we are fine. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. So let's get down. Let's get down to business. Physics warp 12 times. Beautiful. Temperature scan. Sure. Let's take the last few things. EVA report. Surface sample. Get on board. Recover vessel. Take in the spoils. $1,020 science earned. For a total of 1,031 science. This was what we call in the business a successful mission. Well, we recovered a few parts, not a lot of course, but yeah, why not? Bob Kerman advanced to level 2. Let's see what level 2 means for a scientist. Actually, quite interested. More science return. Well, more science return, I guess. Very, very nice. Well, with that science, I guess we can unlock finally electronics to even to get even more science on our next missions. Magnetometer and seismic. And scanning technology. And field science is probably quite good. Maybe. Okay, what else do we want to spend some science on? Advanced electronics is pretty cool. Heat management, didn't really need it. High power electronics, a lot of solar panels down here. Unmanned technology, I don't know if that is strictly necessary right now. Advanced exploration. So with this Lynx things, it seems like we can build some really cool rovers, but it might be interesting soon. Or we can look at heavier rocketry or precision propulsion, more fuel types, specialized construction. I don't see that yet. Actuators. The grabbing units, supersonic flight, that's pretty cool. I don't know what we would use it for, but I think it's quite cool to just fly around. More aerodynamics, I mean it could be useful for interplanetary travel when we land on a gas phase, or like if you land on a planet with atmosphere, but no idea. Command modules. I don't know. Logistics, more storage, short-term habitation. It gives us some habitation modules. I generally like this stuff down here, but I think for the future we should go a bit more into this heavy stuff, right? Heavy rocketry. If you want to go interplanetary, we need to lift a lot of weight from Kerbin. And better fuel systems, I think, is always the way to go. And I guess since we have 90 science left, we can also take the storage technology. That unlocks for the future nuclear propulsion. Pretty cool, pretty nifty, I think. How is that gonna be? How's it gonna be fueled? Like, what's the fuel here? Ah, here, the nuclear fuel drum. It's gonna be interesting to see how that compares to liquid fuel. Anyway. Any missions? Position a satellite around Minmus where we could use some money. Maybe. Like, just a bit. Parking around Minmus gives us I think we can do that. when putting an orbit around Minmus, something should be fine as well. So these are our missions for the next time. A bit more stuff going on around Minmus, because why not? I like Minmus. I guess my favorite planetary body so far. Yeah, and with that, I'm gonna end it here. It's getting quite late, and we're still in the middle of the week. I'm sorry for like the delays in the beginning with like my technical difficulties. I hopefully next time everything is just figured out and ready to go, but I guess you never know. Thanks so much for sticking around, lurking, whatever, just having a look, whatever. We had a chill stream, went to Minmus, in a surprisingly... It was so surprising, I don't even know what kind of word I can use to describe it mission. It was serendipitous, let's say. Serendipitous? Anyway, we were quite lucky. It still worked out. In the beginning, I really didn't think that would work. So, thanks for believing in me. Have a good one.